What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. I just love dipshits, and I love just debunking their bullshit. I love meta dipshits because when you come at me, you expose yourself. So it makes my job easier, right? Like I said, I this used to be just my fun game, my chill game, and then the meta got so ignorant and so toxic that I had no choice. I had to intervene because I'm tired of people asking me, "How the fuck did you do that?" Holy shit! It's called math, you dipshit. So, once again, for the people who are just now watching this, maybe for the first time, there are mathematical laws you cannot get around, right? And principles that are absolutes. You're about to find out in the economy. But I regress. Moving forward. So, what we're going to take a look at here, and I love the video from Mel yesterday. It was shit. I mean, he tries. You got to give it up for him making an A. He doesn't even get an A for effort. It's just bullshit. So, anyways, so you're going to see here my might currently is 96. Now, I stripped everything out to not influence any other modifier. So you're going to take a look at my might. 96, right? 96,000. When we take a look at the stat points, I have 100 into might and power. Now, here's the deal, Pickles. Once you get to 100, you no longer gain percentage. You don't. You get what they call base stat value. Okay? It's just the way it is. You don't have to like it, but it's the truth. But let's go ahead, we'll max it out. Okay? So we're going to go ahead, max it out. Very simple. I'm going to open this back up. And now we're at might 146. Now we're at 146. Why? Because you're getting the 10% increase from the base stat, and that is compounding. However, the more points, because of the law of diminishing marginal returns, any allocation after 100 is less effective. It costs you more skill points to obtain that very fine marginal difference. Is it compounding? Of course it is. But at any time after 100, it's not as effective as your gear progression. Okay? So if you're chasing feats and putting it at max, you don't understand the math. You don't understand the mechanics. That you cannot change. And once again, I'm going to prove it. So we're going to do a reset. Okay? All right. So we're back at this. We go back to the stat points. And we're just going to allocate back to 100 for that 10% boost. We're not going to go over 100 because I'm just illustrating something. So now we're getting a 10% increase to stat. Well, I mean, I guess I could show you. So you understand how the 10% modifiers adjusted. So let me reset that one more time here. So you're understanding it. So might prior is at 80. 10% is going to take us back up to the 90. Okay? That's just that simple, right? We're getting our modifier, right? That's what we're doing. We're going to get our modifiers here. And it tells you right there. It tells you the max you're going to get. You're going to get 10, 10, it's like, what the fuck are you guys talking about, man? You're going to get 10, and then you're going to get an additional 10 at 100. So it's pretty, you don't even need to do anything but grab a calculator. That's it. That's all, boys and girls. So now we're going to reopen this back up, and we'll be at the 96 again. Okay, now I showed you guys we were at 146 with max quota, max stat. But let's just say I pop on my chest piece. Question. Now I only got one piece of gear. One. Is the value of one piece of gear greater than the cumulative amount of SP allocated? The question. Place your bets. Place your fucking bets now. I have no other factor other than one slot, one piece of gear. Will it exceed the 146? Yes or no? Absolutely. And there is why you lose, Mel. That's why you lose, Florida boy. That's why you lose, Dark Horse. How are you going to disprove anything I say when you don't know the math? How? I'll wait. Your percentage modifiers are a contributing factor. So, for example, if I slot an artifact, let's go with something might. Where's my pages of the black here? I mean, we don't need to, but it's probably up here. So it's around here somewhere. Right here. Okay, so we're getting already. Oh, that's a precision base. I want something with might. There's 3%. We're gonna have 4% might. Okay, just for the slot. I'm just showing you guys this for the slot. Now, mind you, I had augments. I can even take the augments off, but I just wanted to illustrate this with gear. Showing you guys basics. So now when we go down into might, we have 189. Went up just a smidge. Just a smidge, right? Now, here's the great thing about tetrahydron. The more your health increases, the more your might increases with the effect. Okay? So, very prime example here. We're at 189. Okay? I'm going to show you the increase very, very quick. Okay? Now we're at 202. Because we got that bump, we went from 180 to 202. But it's going to get better because of tetrahydron. If I was a tank or even a troll, trolls are less effective. But let's say I move this up to 100%, right? To 100, I mean, we're going to get a 10% increase to our health modifier. Okay? Very simplistic. It's so fucking easy once you understand the math. There you go. We got that little bit of an increase because of our health. Okay? And every little bit matters, right? So hitting an enemy with superpower grants you. So before, there's the drop. Okay? So we have marginal compounding effects, but, and once again, I stress this, this is exactly why your procs scale off your damage, off your scaling, your stat attributes. So let's say I had any friggin' proc. Now you can put Omega on here. You can put razors. You can put whatever the fuck proc you want, right? You can. But the point about it is, let me get the iconic ability. Let me go to tray loadout. We'll slot it. Oh, it's already slotted. Okay, so I'm going to take off. Okay, I did. I already took it off. We're going to take off. Once again, you don't want any, you want to understand how compounding effects and percentage based math works. Okay, you're seeing the ticks. Okay. All right. Can I get it higher if I'm scaling the base percentage modifier? That's the question. Very simple. If I'm slotting this, I'm still in combat. Hold on. We'll get out. So the question is, if I slot this, is it going to increase the damage? Yes. Because procs, any artifact, any proc artifact is going to scale your damage. Okay. So now we're seeing the base damage go up and your critical. Can it go higher? Yes, abso-flipping-lutely. Now we're going to go ahead. Oh, I have the Starfire. So we'll just activate it. And then, because like I said, I'm just kind of walking through everything. Okay. So is my proc, my question, is my proc scaling from my adjusted stats? Yes. Yes, absolutely. But here's the problem. Will that artifact surpass, will that, a contributing factor, I'm getting an extra 5% in might for the slot of solar amplifier. Will the solar amplifier proc exceed or increase the damage of my abilities? Okay. Of course, yes, it will. But is it going to outperform compounding, effect of stat boosting? Because that's why I use Constantine, right? That's your justification for Constantine. Very simple. I'm not doing anything other than bringing out the basics for you guys. So if I slot this, and we're just going to move this ability up on my tray for a second, just for the simple purpose of illustrating the stack. See? See, that's where the procs the procs are limiting your damage output due to its effect. Okay, you don't get around it. You don't have to like it. I'm not telling you have to like it. You can't change it. Okay? You don't have to like what I'm telling you. Okay? But the simple fact of it is, let's say, I had Ebon here, right? Let's say you have, you go ahead and apply your critical, damage modifiers. They're going to surpass any proc damage because your abilities increase. Now, Constantine is good, but here's the factor. Here's your factor. When you're in a run and somebody drops it, there is one less, a damaging ability. Because Constantine doesn't deal a shitload of damage, comparable to like General Zod, Future Batman, even Crypto. Yes, you're going to get the boost from Constantine. You will. And it stacks. There's no debate there. The problem of it is you've deducted another damage source. Okay? That's it. That's all. So if another person doesn't have Constantine, they're on your buff. They're getting the same buff that you are. Except they have a higher source of damage another, you know, source in which you have removed. Okay? There's nothing fake here. And that's why I'm like, I'm waiting. I'm waiting, Horse. I'm waiting, Florida. I'm waiting, Mel. I'm waiting, Zazel. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for your bitch asses, your cult, your guilds, none of your leagues. None of them can save you from me. Because I know the math. I know this math so good because I was conditioned for it. It was funny because Florida Boy made a comment. Who is this? And he had titled, "Who does this guy think he is?" I made it real. Now you know, Florida Boy, because the education I received isn't even taught anywhere, and that's why I always win. Because I might know something that the rest of the people don't. You don't have to like it. Not saying you should. The simple fact of it is, it's going. I'm not misleading anybody. If anything, I have provoked you guys to challenge even your narrative. And the adjustments you're currently making is based on my presence. So it doesn't matter. You can talk shit. You can hate me to the moon. But you're still adapting. And had I not made myself present, you wouldn't. Love it or hate it. Have a nice day.